everybody. Welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad you decided to stop by and see what I'm reading on. But listen, before we get started, we have to do the shout outs because it has been so many today. Y'all have been so good to me. Y'all have came in. I know you didn't have to, but you did. And you have showed me nothing but love, and I really, really appreciate it. I really, really do. When I opened my comments this morning, I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best community on these internet streets, and y'all never fail to prove it time after time after time. So, what we're going to do, I am going to play the roll call of all the people who donated to the channel today, and then I will do an individual thanks. So, we're going to roll the video and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I want to give a quick shout out to Angela May, my girl Angela. You led, I mean, she is my co pilot. She is. And Beverly Jackson, 6875. Beverly was so generous. She is just the best. She is. And Elegant Paws, my girl Elegant Paws, she never left me. She always came in and supported. And Heather Stroud, I don't even know what to say about Heather. Heather helped me down through it all, and I appreciate her so very much. And Lauren McKenzie, oh, she is absolutely everything. She is so supportive and she is always coming through and she is always down for the read. And Donetta DeCosa, yes, Donetta, she is amazing. And my girl, Cat Harlem, yes, Cat came through. Cat is the coolest. She is so cool. And Charlotte Light Dark, yes, Charlotte came through. My girl Charlotte, she has been with me for a while and she is just the best of the best. And 08065, yes, that's my girl too. She never fails. She is always there to support. And Tiger Mommy, yes, Tiger Mommy came through. She is everything and she knows she's everything. And I'm so thankful for her. Mary Daniels, yes, Mary has been with me since the beginning and she never wavers. She is always there supporting, and I'm so lucky to have her. And Hilda T, yes, Hilda T came in and held your girl down. She is just the best of the best of the best. And I want to thank Now. Yes, Now came through with this huge super thanks. And I just thank her so much. It is the most I have ever received. And I am so grateful and so thankful to her. She has helped me down through all of this. She has not left me. She has always come through. She be over there on Patreon. She is the best. And I also want to shout out Sabrina H. Yes, she absolutely came through over there on Cash App, and I appreciate it so much. She was just so generous and so kind. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And Cleju too, I think I'm pronouncing that right, is CLJU2, and she came through over there on Buy Me a Coffee, and she was just so generous. So thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank y'all so very much. Thank y'all for being patient. Thank y'all for just holding your girl down and lifting her up. Y'all have been the best, and I am so lucky to have y'all. And don't get it twisted. I know that. All right, y'all. Y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been in them all day. And we got a lot to talk about as usual. We're going to talk about Princess Elizabeth Diana Sussex's 5th birthday. Yes, we are going to talk about it because I didn't get a chance to talk about it yesterday because I was sick. I had a stomach bug, y'all, and it had me laid out, but I am feeling much better. So, yes, I am going to talk about little Lily and her birthday and the pictures that Harry and Meghan released of Lily on her 5th birthday. Now, I am sure you have seen them already, but listen, I am like a proud parent. I never get tired of showing the pictures. So, we're going to talk about the pictures and also the response to the pictures from across the pond. We're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Harry. Harry was out and about, not in an official capacity, but he was out with his best bud, Nacho, and Nacho's wife watching a polo match. So we're going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Jabo. Jabo was on that, what is it, Royal Exclusive with Big Head Matt Wilkerson. And he actually said something that is true and made sense. Yes, believe it or not, Jabo knows when things are factual and when they're not. He is just towing the company line when he is spewing the bullshit. So we're going to talk about that. We have a video of that, just a clip. I'm going to talk about that. And we're going to talk about Willie and Kitty, what they have been up to. But the big story of the day is a report that has come out, and it is damning. It is. It exposed that family for what it is, and that is nothing but a big grift. And we're going to talk about that. That right there, it is something else. And I do have a clip from Sky News about it. And it's some other things we're going to talk about. Y'all know we always have other things to talk about. So y'all know what to do. Y'all know y'all need to lock in, sit back, and just know I'm not going to keep you long, but I will keep you entertained. And we're going to start with this. And of course, I had to feature Zanny Suss's post about Lily's birthday. And this is what Zanny said. Zanny said, "This is a man who knows he won the lottery. Happy birthday, little Lily." And this is one of the official pictures that Harry and Meghan released for Lily's birthday. I mean, Lily is just growing like a weed. She is. Oh my goodness. I love this picture. It just puts such a huge smile on my face seeing Harry and Meghan with their little girl and just knowing how far they have come. If you have been with Harry and Meghan since the beginning of the journey, you know how satisfying it is to see pictures like this of the Sussex family. It is. My cheeks hurt because I smile so much when I look at this picture. It is just everything. And Lily is just loving it being in her dad's arms. You know, Harry is absolutely a girl dad, is he not? Y'all remember when he did that little video? And I don't remember exactly what it was for, but I do know it was for conservation or something like that, something to do with the environment. And he was walking his property there in Montecito and he ran into these Kiwis from New Zealand and they were talking to him, but he had on this shirt that said Girl Dad. And he has lived up to that title. Has he not? He has. You can tell he is such a girl dad and such a proud one. The way he looks at Lily, you can tell he is so proud of his little girl. I love it. And look at this. This is the two pictures that Harry and Meghan released. The one on the right of Lily and this beautiful, beautiful purple flower. Lily is so beautiful. You can tell by her profile that she is a cutie patootie. Can you not? And this squatty said, "Oh my God, my heart, how gorgeous are these photos. Princess Lilibeth Diana is just so beautiful. Meghan, our dream girl, happy 5th birthday, Lily." That is what Meghan put on her post. She's gorgeous. And this squatty just posted the picture of Lily, and we can get a good close up view of it. And I'm telling you, like I said, she is a cutie patootie. This squatty said, "New photo of beautiful Princess Lilibeth. Happy birthday once again to this angelic baby." And it's my understanding that this dress that she has on has already sold out. So, yeah, Lily is going to be a fashion force. It is going to be designers tripping over themselves to dress her. Now, will she be interested in that? Who knows? But if she is going to be a force to be reckoned with in the fashion industry. And you think people are not taking note already? Oh, yeah, they got their pen and pad. Yes, they are taking notes. And I am going to play this little clip of Lily when she was a newborn and Harry and Meghan was just enjoying their new baby. And it came down my timeline and I just thought it was so cute, so cute. And they posted it with this right here. It is a quote from Prince Harry and he's talking about Lily. And it says, "When the doctor said it was a matter of minutes, I told Meg that I wanted mine to be the first face our little girl saw. Harry felt immediately in love with his little girl." Just so sweet, so sweet. So I'm going to play this quick little clip and we'll talk on the other side. All right, y'all. I am not going to be able to play the clip. I know because YouTube flagged it. When I upload the video, YouTube flagged it because Netflix said that it was a no-no. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to post it over to Patreon. Y'all, this is the reason why I am feeling Patreon right now. Because when something like this comes up on YouTube, I can go over to Patreon and post the clip over there. So go over there and check it out. Is that not the cutest? It is the cutest. I'm telling you, Lily was a blessing. June 4th, 2021. And let me tell you, it has been nothing but positivity unless it takes a turn. Now, I had saw, scattered about some of the flying monkeys over there was kind of anticipating Lily's birthday and was trying to take a dig at Meghan at the same time. But I did see this article right here, and it's by Vanessa Tett and it says, "Why this picture of sweet hippie child Lilibeth with her bare feet and hair flowing free makes my heart break for George, Charlotte, and Louis. Maybe Megan got it right after all. Can you imagine how this story went down over there at Kensington Palace? Just seeing one of the flying monkeys, admit that Megan got it right, and someone else, some other parents, maybe has gotten it wrong. Ooh, I know it is some people snatching some curtains out of the frame over there at Windsor Castle. But I digress. Harry and Meghan got it right when they decided to leave that place over there, stick their two fingers in the air and say deuces to all of you bootlickers over there, to that family, all of you pieces of SHIT. Now that is what Meghan and Harry got right. Yes, her and Harry showing all of y'all the back of their heads back in 2020 was the best thing they could have done for their children. Because, yeah, Princess Lilibeth and Prince Archie live a very idyllic childhood. They do. And you can only imagine what it would have been like if they had stayed over there. They would have forced Harry and Meghan to bring those kids out time after time after time because they would want to make that money. They know that Harry and Meghan and their kids are money makers. And because of that, they would have tried to get every dime that they could, and that institution would have put pressure on them to do it. And so, yeah, Harry and Meghan, they definitely did the right thing in this situation. And it is there for everyone to see. It is. Harry and Meghan are raising great kids, happy kids. And that right there is the most important thing. I'm just saying. And Zanny Sussex posted this very same article and said, the Derangers are having a hysterical meltdown because a Daily Mail columnist wrote that Lily and Archie are having a much happier childhood than the Wales children. Frankly, that's obvious to anyone with half a brain cell. Thank goodness Harry and Meghan are raising Archie and Lily far away from Misery Island. Lilibeth, by contrast, looks as if she's having a rather more normal childhood and, dare I say, a happier one. Now, that was quoted from the article. Yes, a flying monkey absolutely calls out the obvious, something that Stevie Wonder could see. Yes, a blind man could see who is having the better childhood. Which prince and princesses are having the better childhood? I'm just saying, facts are the facts. And this body said leaving the UK was the best decision Prince Harry made to protect his family. The way baby girl is so free without the burden of lineage and expectations of those who seek to diminish instead of elevate. It's freedom I wish for all children to have. Happy belated birthday, Lily. Yes, I love this post because it is so true. It is so true. Freedom, freedom. They have freedom. Because can you imagine Lily and Archie being at the mercy of Willie and Kitty? Someone who is so envious, so jealous, so vile that they would do anything to destroy those two kids because they want their kids and them to be so elevated that nobody else can be on their level. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, I think Harry and Meghan absolutely did the right thing to be able to allow their children to have freedom. And now I am going to play a little clip. It is from the Royal Exclusive with Big Head Matt Wilkinson. Yes, over there at the Scum. And he had Jabo on his panel, and Jabo was on there spitting some facts, believe it or not. You know, Jabo, he knows what's going on, and sometimes he will spit the facts. He will. And this particular time, he did exactly that. So I'm going to play it real quick and we'll talk on the other side.
And the PR was very much saying you can't have your cake and eat it, Harry. So if you can't keep the property and go and live in a mansion in Montecito or wherever he was going at that time. So I think it was all about the look.
And what look is he talking about? Because we all know that it was other royals who were not working royals who was staying on crown property. So I don't understand what he's talking about, this look. They only worry about how things look when it comes to Harry and Meghan. Willie has what, 6 houses? They don't worry about how that looks. And also, Frogmore Cottage was supposedly a gift, a wedding gift from the Queen. They didn't worry about how that looks, taking that away from Harry and Meghan, and it was a gift. Jabo can miss me completely with that nonsense. I'm telling you, how it looks like Charles is trash. That's how it looks. But do go on, Jabo.
If you think about it, if he wanted a relationship with his grandchildren, it would have been easier. If he just said, look, we've got this property, we'll leave it, you can use it when you want to use it. And that way I get to see my grandkids.
But there would still be the issue about security and personal protection, whether the property was there for them or not.
There would be, but I'm sure that the way it works out at Windsor, there's quite a lot of police officers on parade around the castle and around the grounds. I'm sure something could have been worked out.
And there you have it. Charles is a clown and a trash father. Anybody can see. Anybody that knows anything about family relations know that Charles doesn't give two shits about his two grandchildren that lives in California. Because if he did, he would have made things happen. He would have moved the pieces around on the chessboard in order for him to see his grandchildren. The queen, the proper queen, did so. Why can't he? It's because he do not care. And they can write all the articles they want to. But when push comes to shove, Charles do not care about his grandchildren. I don't think he even cares about the ones that live in the same country that he does. He doesn't have a relationship with the Wells children. You can tell. You absolutely can tell he does not. He doesn't act like a grandpa. He don't. He act as if they don't exist until they're in public. But that's the way he treated Harry and Willie. So nothing to see here. This is the same MO for Charles. So nothing shocking here except the fact that Jabo, for some reason, decided to tell the truth. And we're going to change gears a little bit and we're going to talk about Harry. Harry was out and about watching polo, spending some quality time with his good bro, Nacho. Yes, he was. He was there with Nacho. And what's his wife name? Serafina? I think that's her name. Yes, they were out just having a beautiful California day at it. And this squatty posted the pictures and said, Ginger Spencer, Prince Harry watching his close friend Nacho playing polo. Looking good. Now, I saw another picture and I'm going to put it up. And here's Nacho. He's there looking tasty as he can be. Woo! Nacho is looking good. But I digress on that, y'all. I got to calm down. But Nacho was out with his bare feet. So I don't think Nacho was playing polo. I think they were just out maybe watching polo, or Nacho was coaching the polo team. I don't know what it was, but Yeah, and y'all know some of the Derangers lost their minds because Harry was at a polo match with no shoes on, barefooted. Yes, they had a problem with that. Like they always have a problem with Harry and Meghan when they are minding their business and living their own life. These ugly old hags, the Rangers, toadies, and all of the trolls cannot mind their business. They can't let Harry and Meghan live. Let them live. And a perfect example of that is Sue. Sue wrote, spectators at American sporting events, presumably even at polo matches, wear shoes. Strange that he's barefoot. And so a squatty came in and posted that also Nacho was bare feet as well and said, stop lying. Well, if they did that, they would not have a platform because that's all they do is lie. And their platform is built on lies. So, yeah, but squatties always come with the receipts. They do. But it is just so strange to me that these people care so much. This parasocial relationship that they think that they have with Harry and Meghan in their minds, they feel that they have to critique everything. Harry and Meghan are just living their lives. Harry is living his life, and here this woman is all bothered because he is not wearing shoes. I mean, get a life, go outside, touch some grass. And if this is the Sue that I know that is nothing but a troll and a ugly old hag, she needs to worry about that neck of hers instead of worrying about Harry having bare feet. Yes, worry about that gobbler you got up under your neck looking like a small child is holding on for dear life around your neck. Worry about that. And I'm going to put this up because it seems like Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's friends are talking and they are drawing parallels to Meghan's experience marrying into the royal family. And this particular squatty posted this article and it says Carolyn Bessette Kennedy's friends have spoken how outside perceptions about a famous family is completely different to the reality of how that family is when you live within it. Mirroring Meghan's comments about the Windsors and actually saying how Meghan is right and how Carolyn faced the same struggles. The Rangers are going to be so angry at this. Well, good prediction because that's exactly what happened. Yes, they could not handle it. Why? Because they have no class. And they know Carolyn Bessette Kennedy was the epitome of class, and so is Meghan. And that comparison just burns a hole in their soul. And I love it. When I saw this, I'm telling you, my heart leaped because I know it's true. I know it's true. And they cannot handle it because all of them are trash. If you are familiar with these internet streets and the trolls that stroll up and down them, you know that these people are nothing but trash individuals, and all of them are very, very unattractive and have no sense of style or self-respect because a lot of them don't do nothing but bang married men. Yes, one of those two dudes who are twins, she was on here crying not long ago, talking about her married man had dumped her. Yes, so this is what you're dealing with. So, of course, you're going to get that kind of response. And all I can say to it is cry harder. Fill me up a cup of your salty, deranged tears so I can drink because I find them so delicious. And next, I want to talk about Kitty. Yes, Kitty has been out and about 2 days in a row. She must be trying to beat her last year's numbers of 60 engagements a year. She might be shooting for 61 this year. Doing two events. Oh my goodness. I don't know what to say. But yes, she was out and about, and she was at an event that Charles and the Horse was putting on for cancer research. And everyone was saying, all the rags say that it was a surprise. For me, I think it was her gate crashing this event because she know it looks really bad. All the work that Charles does around cancer, and she does nothing. She does nothing. We all know that is very, very telling, but I won't talk about that at this time. But this particular squatty posted an article from Vogue Runway and said the Princess of Wales appeared alongside King Charles in support of cancer research wearing Rot Dot T. I don't even know how to pronounce that, but that was the name of the designer of this god awful, ugly dress she had on. And the squatty that posted this said Kate Middleton was a third wheel yesterday attending the meeting about cancer, and that Charles and Camilla were attending too. Not going to comment on anything else apart from the fact that this was her first appearance after 3 weeks. 1 day of work in 3 weeks while having a nanny for her kids who has a heifer and her oldest children already boarding. Exactly. We know that this is one of the most laziest women on God's green earth. And it is proven every day. And she didn't have anything in the hopper. She didn't have anything planned. She gate crashed. That's my belief. I have no proof of that. But it is no pictures of them, meaning Charles and the Horse and Kitty, interacting with each other at this event. Now, I didn't see it. It may have happened. And if you know, put it in the comments, but I didn't see it. And there she was trying to get some kind of recognition and trying to pretty much steal the event from Charles. I'm sure that didn't go down well because we all know how very, very petty Charles is and how the Horse is about things like this. And we also know the Horse does not like Kitty. I'm just saying. And I'm going to put this up. This is a repost, and the original post is from Zanny Sussex. And she says, when your own story is full of holes and can't withstand scrutiny, you piggyback off of your father in law's instead. Where's the lie? Because that's what they're saying, that she was there piggybacking. Yes. And the squatty that reposted this said, the last 2 years, it took Kate over a year and Megan launching her show With Love Megan for Kate to get off of her arse and acknowledge cancer patients or hospital staff. Y'all remember that? Yeah, she showed up at this NHS hospital where she supposedly received chemotherapy. She never called out a nurse that helped her or cared for her while she was there at the hospital. She never acknowledged any of the staff or the doctors. She acted as if it was a regular engagement. And they acted like that as well because it was as if she had never been there before, because I don't believe she had. Now that's just my opinion, but I am absolutely gonna rock with it. Now this squatty is talking about Kitty's fashion, and let me tell you, it was a god awful dress that looked like it was hanging on a rack. It was not touching her anywhere except in her arms, her manly arms. But I digress. This squatty said, I'm no fashion guru, But this dress that Kate is wearing must be one of the ugliest dresses I've seen her wear. Her era of the frump is back. And guess who is the designer of this ugly, ugly dress? It is a California designer. Now, this is the future queen of England. You would think that she would always wear English designers, unless she's in some other country and she would wear the designers of that country where well, I know that's kind of far fetched because Kitty doesn't go anywhere. She had never made a solo trip out of all the years within that family. I think she had been married maybe 12 or 13 years before she even made a solo trip. And Sophie be going by herself all the time. But Kitty never ever made a solo trip. So yeah, that's why I say she never goes anywhere, at least by herself. And now that Willie doesn't want to go anywhere, neither one of them ever go anywhere unless it is something that has something to do with their pleasure. Skiing, a football match, something like that. But this squatty said, y'all don't know why the future Queen of England chooses to boost California fashions with back to back engagements over British ones. Take a wild guess. Yes, take a wild guess. We all know why. Because Kitty is absolutely obsessed with Meghan. She is. And I'm sure the British fashion industry is pissed because at the end of the day, they're in a slump, a financial slump, because they don't have anybody to really drive their product, to promote their product, even though they have future Queen Dumb as a rock. And even when she does wear their fashion, nobody cares. But at least she could wear them because in this pose, Vogue gave this California designer a shout out that could have been a British designer getting that shout out. But no, Kitty had to send a message that she is still completely obsessed with Meghan. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Am I reading too much into this? Is the other squatty reading too much into this? You know, they always say royal women speak with their clothing. So, yeah, maybe Kitty is trying to tell us something. Maybe that when they ascend to the throne, that they are going to be full on in California. Y'all know I have predicted that since forever, that Harry and Meghan really needs to watch their security, make sure it's on point, because Harry and Meghan do not want to wake up one morning and they are in the back of a blacked out panel van going down the Santa Monica freeway while Willie and Kitty is moving into their beautiful estate over there in Montecito. Yes, because I believe that Willie and Kitty don't want something like Harry and Meghan has. They want what Harry and Meghan has. I might be over my skis, but that is what I believe. And this is a post from one of my favorite squatties, Henry VIII. And she is talking about Kate and how Kate looks so crazy and extremely thin at this engagement. She said, there is going to come a point in time where photos like this are used to ask why no one seemed to care that another Princess of Wales was wasting away right in front of everyone. I mean, that dress did not touch Kate anywhere. And Kaiser just said, oh no. Yeah, it was pretty bad. Kate is painfully thin and her whole affect is off. I mean, she got these wild eyes. It is something going on with Kate. Look at this picture. This right here is telling. Y'all tell me what y'all think it's telling you, but it's telling me that something is going on with Kate. And Henry VIII came again with the same post from Kaiser and said, remember that video from years ago where Kate couldn't keep her legs still? Now, I didn't see this video. If y'all have saw this video, put it in the comments. I have looked for it. I would love to see it. But yeah, this is not normal. And this squatty posted a real close-up picture, and it said, one of my favorite pictures of Crazy Kate's, courtesy of Kaiser and Celebi. Some people have no sympathy. Now, some squatties have no sympathy, and I think I fall in that category. Y'all tell me where y'all fall, but I fall in the category of no sympathy for Kitty. I'm just saying. This is one of the squatties that have no sympathy. This squatty said, look at hashtag Kate Middleton went straight from the drinking game with Mike Tundle to the palace reception for cancer research. Well, according to Yahoo News, she was a last-minute addition to the lineup for the palace reception for cancer research. See, I told y'all she gate crashed. And this squatty said, every time I see this woman smiling, laughing like that, it's like she's heavily medicated or something. It's not natural, and she does look scary. It's almost like they give her something so she can function through the day. I'm not shaming her. It's just the feeling it gives. It's giving creepy to me. It's giving heavily medicated. I'm just saying. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all tell me what y'all think is giving. And this what it said, Kate, the future queen of the UK, has some serious issues going on. Bones, she is extremely thin. Her fans should worry about her instead of abusing Meghan over her slim frame. Her pupils are so dilated. Look at that. And that is telling. It says that can be caused by either medication, medical condition, or brain injury. Y'all tell me what y'all think. But her eyes are crazy. Yeah, she got some crazy eyes going on. And this squatty is thinking that it may be caused by medication, medical condition, or a brain injury. Y'all tell me in the comments what y'all think is causing these crazy eyes of Kate. I'm just saying. That third picture down there where she's greeting that lady, she looks horrible. Painfully thin. I mean, her neck is horrible. She has aged so dramatically. And look at those crazy eyes. Yeah. Very, very, very telling. And I'm going to put this up. This is Kate. She did another engagement. She actually went to the bell ringing of a cancer patient. I kid you not. And Matt Bighead Wilkinson, he posted about it and said the Princess of Wales shared an emotional moment with Claire Larmite, 30, who rings the bell to signal the end of cancer treatment at Christie Centre in Manchester. I wonder if Kate rang the bell. I would bet that Kate didn't know anything about a bell ringing ceremony until that very day. What you want to bet? And I'm going to play the clip in just a minute, but the squatty that posted this said, if it was Meghan, this very same man, Matt Wilkinson, would have called her attention seeker and hijacking this crucial moment of Claire's life. Where is the lie? Where is it? But here he is posting that very moment that Claire has declared victory over cancer. And that is a very crucial moment in her life. And Kate, in return, turned it into a PR moment because just like she did that young girl who had cancer, I saw pictures of Kate hugging this woman, making sure her face was at the forefront. Same old PR seeking Kate. Same old BS, different day. But I'm going to play this clip and we'll talk on the other side.
Claire's just finished treatment.
Well done. Please don't worry. What journey? It's been a tough one. Yeah. Well done. What an amazing day. Amazing. How long has it been? Well done. Well done. I know it's just as hard for family and loved ones. I know how hard it is for the children and my parents alongside you.
These people are having a genuine, real moment, and Kate is out here using it. To me, when I see stuff like this, I just find it diabolical. I really do. Because Kate knows she hadn't had cancer. Kate is out there cosplaying Megan. I mean, just taking on her whole persona. Hugging, just hugging everybody. And we all know Kate and William used to hug nobody. But here they are, still trying to be fake, and it comes off that way. I just feel bad for the woman. I really do, because that was a real moment. You could tell her husband was in tears. These people had gone through some stuff. And Kate is out there pretending like she done went through some stuff. How does she do that? But like I said, these people are lizard people. They'll do anything to stay in the good graces of the people in order to keep on picking their pockets, keep on grifting off of them. I'm just saying, y'all tell me what y'all think about that one. This squatty said 2024, the most interesting thing Kate Middleton, has done since her wedding 13 years ago is disappearing from public view after a surgery. Diana enduring legacy derives from the fact that she was a person and not just an image. Where's the lie? Because you can tell her mission is to absolutely keep the grift going. The most interesting thing Kate has ever done is to disappear. I'm just saying. And Kate was not the only one out hugging everybody that they could hug. Yes, William was out too. And it wasn't a black person safe from him in a 3-mile radius, because he was seeking out all black people to hug. He was. This is what the Daily Fail said. Prince of Hugs, William embraced a young fan during surprise visit to a Pick'em pub. Yes, look at him. He absolutely is looking for every black person to hug. He is. And this squatty said, damn, everything Meghan and Harry said was true. One set of rules for the biracial woman with permission to bully her into oblivion if she dared break it. No rules for the rest, because they brought up this article where they said rule broken, no hugs. Yes. All of a sudden now, Willie and Kitty is hugging everybody that has a pair of arms to hug back. And I believe they probably would hug someone that was armless, because they would figure that they would get even better PR about that. But yes, y'all remember when Meghan came there hugging people, they said that it was a rule against hugging, that it was against protocol. But yet and still, they're calling Willie the Prince of Hugs. And we all know it's nothing but performative. And look at this. It says the Prince of Wales during a visit to the Prince of Pelham Pub, a community-led venue established in 2017. And then it gave the name who established it. But look at this. Hugging black people, taking selfies. Ooh, how the worm has turned, how things has changed. Harry and Meghan changed things in that royal family. Meghan, just like Diana, changed that family. They can deny it all they want to, but it's only two women who ever came into that family in the modern day that absolutely changed it. It was Diana and Meghan. I'm just saying, because this right here, this was not happening before Meghan. This squatty said he saw people calling out Paul for constantly skipping black people's hands during his walkabouts. So he went, hold my beer, let me go hug a little black girl. After all, we are very much not a racist family. I mean, he hugged more than just a little black girl. I mean, no black person was safe from William in a 3-mile radius because he was coming for them with a hug and a camera in their face to take their pictures and use them as props. So yeah, he absolutely did say, hold my beer. Harry and Meghan has these two in a chokehold. Do they not? I'm telling you. But now I want to get into the big story of the day, the huge story. And it is coming from the NAO report. And it is exposing all of those people over there within that family, and pretty much showing how big the grift is. You cannot get past the fact that these people are parasites. They are. They grift off of the British people. They are grifters. You can't say anything different. Once you see what these people are doing, it is crazy. Now, this is coming from Firmanagra. And this is what this post says. It says, the NAO report exposed palace perks for Beatrice, Eugenie, Andrew, and the Wales. But sure, Harry and Meghan were the problem. Yes, and Harry and Meghan was paying market price rent for Frogmore Cottage, while all these other people, all the other members of that family was paying peppercorn rent. Absolutely nothing. Beatrice, Eugenie, Prince Andrew, Prince Edward, and Sophie. And they were making money off of the property that they were paying no rent on. I mean, the scam is real. I'm going to play this segment from, I think it's from Sky News, and Jenny Bond is talking about this. And for once, well, I'll just say it like this. Sometimes Jenny will come with the truth. Sometimes Jenny will come with the facts. Sometimes Jenny will say what needs to be said. And this time, she does. So let's listen to it, and then we'll talk on the other side.
I think it unveils an unholy mess, really. The palace have said they hope it gives context to the renting out of royal properties and royal finances, but I don't think it does, and I don't think it explains it at all. What we have learned is that Andrew was, under the terms of his lease, allowed to sublet 3 properties on his vast estate, his 30-room mansion and the surrounding area at Royal Lodge. Now, he paid virtually nothing, a peppercorn rent for living at Royal Lodge, and yet he was allowed to sublet. Now, royal sources are extremely keen to point out that it was a private arrangement between Andrew and his tenants, the terms of which we do not know. It was allowed, but we don't know how much rent was paid. Apparently, staff and retired staff lived there, and the rent was, quote, for running costs and maintenance of the properties. Well, if that's the case, and if the palace want to be clear about it, well, then let's hear it. Let's hear the figures. How much was spent on the running costs? How much was the rent? Was there any surplus? And if so, why was Andrew allowed to keep it? And what did he do with it?
Jenny, this is so interesting now, isn't it? Because you and I have spoken over the past few years, and we've seen sort of more and more coming out, the royal family trying to be more open with stuff, of course, from don't complain, don't explain. We're now in this world where, you know, someone like you, who's former royal correspondent, is now demanding for more information from them. Why are we at this point? What do you make of this point? And will they listen?
I think they've got to listen. We're at this point, at this particular point, because of the scandal over the former Prince Andrew, that has provoked a demand for more accountability of where he got his money and how he lived. And once we discovered that at Royal Lodge he was paying virtually no rent at all, there is a public demand and a media demand for clarity on all the other properties, including, for example, Edward and Sophie, the Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh. Much admired, important members of the royal family, but they too operate on the basis of a peppercorn rent on their vast mansion. They did put money up front, as did Andrew. It's clear we should say that. But they also rented out part of their property until a few years ago. And what they did with those profits, we don't know. And the point of all this is these are part of the Crown Estate. The Crown Estate is an independent commercial operation which must be run for profit, and that profit goes directly back to the Treasury. In other words, it's public money. And that is why there is public interest in exactly who pays what.
And this right here is the reason why it's a scam. Because if that money wasn't going to them, it would be going to the people. People who are in poverty, they would have more money to help people. But instead, it goes to a very mediocre family that only lives to serve themselves and just pretend and fake and perform like they're helping the public. What a disgrace. I mean, what a disgrace.
Or so years that he was able to sublet it like this?
Yes, he was. And I think that when this comes to the Public Accounts Committee, because this report from the National Audit Office will form the basis of the debate and discussion of the Public Accounts Committee, which is coming up very shortly, I think there will be demands to know a great deal more about exactly what has happened here. And not only with Andrew, but with Beatrice and Eugenie, not working members of the royal family, but live in parts of two royal palaces, part-time, apparently rent-free as well. Now, that money is paid by the king. It gets very complicated from his private income, which is the Duchy of Lancaster, but this reopens and reignites the whole debate about what really is private income, private money, and public money. If we didn't have a king or a Prince of Wales, then the Duchy of Lancaster and the Duchy of Cornwall would be in public ownership. It wouldn't be private income for them. So it gets very murky.
Did you hear that Charles pays the rent for Beatrice and Eugenie? Now, I read that the Queen was paying it, and then when she passed away, Charles continued it. Now, isn't it so funny that Charles just stepped right on in and started to pay Beatrice and Eugenie's rent, just like the Queen was doing prior to her death? But the Queen gave Harry and Meghan Frogmore Cottage, and he was unwilling to continue that, even though Harry and Meghan was paying market rate rent. Yes, he wasn't willing to continue it in order to see his own grandchildren. That is the reason why I say Charles is trash. And every day, new receipts come out to prove me right.
As the Public Accounts Committee starts its sittings. And I think the demand is now intense for absolute clarity. It's no use telling us things are private, a private arrangement, when this is all in the public domain now. We need more transparency.
Y'all tell me if y'all think something is going to come of this. I don't. They are such bootlickers over there that they don't have steel in their spine to do anything about that family over there. It is going to have to come from the people. It will never come from the government. The toppling of that family will come from the people. When the people get so tired, they can't go on any farther with the grift, with the scam. That's the only way it's going to end, not with government, because the government is absolutely too in with that family. Yeah, so yeah, it's going to have to be the people. Y'all tell me what y'all think, but I think it's going to have to be the people to put an end to the grift. And this, Squatty said, shocking. A scathing new National Audit Office report exposed Charles' privately funded luxury palace lifestyle for non-working royal Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie. Remember when Charles claimed that he had no money to support his own son and the only biracial woman in the royal family? Turns out the bank is wide open if you're the daughters of the disgraced Prince Andrew. The hypocrisy is unreal. The public is being taken for a complete ride. Exactly. And it also turns out that William and Kate put out a lie about Forest Lodge. Y'all remember when they put out that William and Kate was paying for the most part all of the renovations for Forest Lodge. Y'all remember that? Well, it shows that they did not pay nothing. This particular squatty, which is Zanny Sussex, said, the fact that William and Kate lied again doesn't surprise me in the slightest. At this point, I'll be more surprised if they told the truth. And this also could be the reason why they're out working this past week. Yes, because they knew this report was coming out and it wasn't going to be good for them. So they out there hugging black people, hugging cancer patients, pretending as if they care to keep the grift going. Because don't get it twisted, it's all about keeping the grift going. The recent flurries of briefing about them and their peanut payment felt like an attempt to get ahead of the story. Turns out we were right. These two are utterly shameless and despicable. Yes, it says William and Kate lied through their teeth. They heavily briefed the press that they personally funded all renovations to Forest Lodge. And now it's come out that they did not. They did not. They were out there lying as well. And I'm like, Zanny, surprise, surprise. Because if these people's lips are moving, any member of that family, if their lips are moving, they are lying, except Harry and Meghan. They're the only exception to the rule because all the rest of them are liars. This is absolutely not surprising. Y'all tell me what y'all think about them lying about the renovations to Forest Lodge. They were just lying enough to get in there. They have no respect for the British people because they figured if they lied to get in there, once they get in there, then they don't ever have to worry about it anymore because they don't have any respect for the people. They don't believe that they will ever be held accountable for their lies and their behavior. The original post said William and Kate lied through their teeth. They heavily briefed the press that they personally funded all renovations to Forest Lodge and ended up they did not. Like I said, surprise, surprise. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And this squatty said, I am glad my faves have their own house and their own money. Soon they will be billionaires. Exactly. Harry and Meghan got out in the nick of time, did they not? Because can you imagine the SHIT storm that they would be the center of, trying to distract from all of this if they were still over there? It would be HE double hockey sticks. Yeah, I am so glad that Harry and Meghan have their own place. Nobody can't make them do anything. I love it. I love it, y'all. And look at this. It looks like Prince Andrew has a huge bruise on one side of his face. This squatty posted the pictures of him driving. I think he was driving. It says the big problem with the Prince Andrew scandal is Charles William and Queen Elizabeth II, who covered up for him, are being treated as blameless. Well, as more and more comes out, that's going to change, because you can't deny exactly what has gone on here. And that is that that family chose to cloak, chose to cover up for a pedo who was friends with the most prolific pedo of all time, J.E. I mean, you can't get around that. And it says they covered for him, paid hush money for him, while simultaneously ordering a violent smear campaign on Prince Harry and Meghan. And that right there tells you the level of low downness. And I know that's not a word, but I created just to describe them. They are just low down to do something like that. And Charles, to your own baby son. I cannot. But yeah, they talking about that bruise on the side of his face too. And here's a better look at it. It is nasty. It looks like somebody has worked him over. What do y'all think? That is a nasty bruise, and it looks like a fist to me. But I'm messy. Y'all tell me what y'all think. And here's another close-up look at it. I mean, it encompasses his whole face. I mean, his whole eye. Yeah, tell me what y'all think. And y'all know I love to end on a positive note, and I want to end with 3 things. And the first thing is that planting seeds of hope. Yes, the squatties reached their goal of $20,000 that they raised for Kaboom, in honor of Prince Archie's birthday, in honor of Harry and Meghan's anniversary, and in honor of Princess Lilibeth's birthday as well. And as you can see, we went a little bit over $20,787.69. Tell me that is not a positive thing. Squatties are so amazing, and they're so generous. They are so giving. They are the best people. And yeah, they did the doggone thing. And I say, yay! I also want to post this. I thought this was so cute. It came down my timeline. One of the squatties created it. And as you can see, it says Harry, Meghan, and Lilibeth. Look at this, 2021. I remember it so well when we got the news that Harry and Meghan was expecting a baby. At the time, we did not know it was going to be a girl, but yeah, Misan Harriman had taken the picture, and it was Valentine's Day, and it also coincided with the fact that Princess Diana had announced that she was pregnant with Harry. At the time, didn't know it was Harry, on Valentine's Day as well. Amazing. And look at them now, 2026. I love this post. And this is kind of a quiz, and y'all figure it out and put it in the comments. Now, this particular person, Joe, posted this. He said, "I'd like to see our president stand on the moon and have this picture taken." Now, what is Joe trying to say? Can you figure it out? Just, it is funny if you figure it out. Listen, y'all, I always enjoy my time with y'all. So sorry I kept y'all a little longer than I usually keep y'all, but we had a lot to talk about. Also, if you want to support the channel, so many ways to do that. You can do a super thanks. You can join the reading club here on the YouTube as a channel member. You can go over to Patreon and join the reading club. I wish you would just go over there and just be a member, because I post stuff over there all the time. I'm going to post another funny video over there as well. And you can do that for free. So yeah. And it might be another video I'm going to post over there. I post a lot over there, so go over there and just become a member. And if you want to support me, you can just do a membership. I think they're $3.99 and $4.99, whatever you want to do. But please be a part of what's going on and what we have going on over there on Patreon. Also, you can do buy me a coffee. You can do I think that's it. But listen, whatever you do is always appreciated. All right, y'all. I'll see y'all next time. Bye. And sorry for keeping y'all so long, but bye.